And Bridget.
Where? Okay.
And today is a day for remembering. Remembering that people are
We
like, what
just
are you talking
realized,
about?
yeah, I was like, we just realized it's 5, 5, 23 and adds to 5 as well. So it was 5, 5, 5.
Big change. Big, 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 big. About changing, about our memories and remembering. Hello, hello, hi, full moon. We are here. Hello, hello, hi.
Do
Okay,
you
so
have
we
a,
know how
oh,
much
is it,
of a delay there is.
oh, I was like, what? It's like
I
40
wanted to check.
seconds.
We could see your comment, Rick, when we were in the thing. Like, we saw the full moon, right? Hi, Lisa. And I was like, are we already live? Like, because we were just acting stupid and just doing like this stuff. I'm like, that would be perfect for today. And there's 5
There it
viewers.
is. Yep. Hey, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5s. Oh, damn. Okay. I gotta go fill up my water bottle and grab my crystals real quick. I'll be right back.
Okay. You heard the 555 earlier with a friend that I was talking to. Hey! Hey, Janae! How are you? Hello. So yeah, I pulled out my books earlier, right? And I was like, because we have the lunar eclipse, so it affects the moon differently. So I've got the Tarot by the Moon book, right? Then I got the Tarot and Astrology book, right? Hi, hello. And neither one of these like have lunar written in it. Lunar, lunar is the moon. Like, not I probably it could have it in there, but the thing in the back, the appendix that tells you all the words and the bibliography and all that, it was like nope, 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 nope. And I'm like, why would you not have lunar? They have luck and love and all of that. And then the other book didn't have anything. Like, it has a thing, it tells eclipse. Eclipse is in there, but no page numbers associated with it. So you just can flip around and look for eclipse. And I was like, when I make a book, everything will be every word that I've ever, all the ands are on these pages. I know Jenny will understand because of that thing, like that deck that we have, the goddess deck, where it doesn't have any rhyme or reason in it for why they put people where they put them. It's not alphabetical. It's not like mothers. It has no reason. I can't stand that. But then I ended up pulling out my Pleiadian book in the thing for today, which is 5/5/2023, which is another 5, was remembering energy. So days or periods of remembering energy bring feelings of peace, equality, cooperation, and sensitivity to the needs of others. This energy offers the opportunity for seeking balance, cooperation, and merging. These are periods of time when we more easily unite our differences and we can find freedom in the joy of service. Periods of this time or this type of energy are intended to help us to remember the truth that we are all connected and we can all live in abundance. Remembering energy can help humanity to remember what is possible to attain it, and it radiates such a sense of peace. And evolutionary guidance energy, remembering energy, leads us to resolve the paradox between our desire for independence and freedom and our desire to be a part of a family, community, and fellowship. And during that energy, we may feel the urge to travel and learn more about both traditional and unconventional experiences that we encounter. So that's what today's energy is about, according to the Pleiadian astrology. That
I feel like
has an
that makes sense for sure. Especially some of those, like when I was doing cards earlier, a lot of stuff that came through was like that, like the well-being of the community and yourself and working together and like supporting each other is going to be coming up more and more, like as big things keep happening, like people realize like they need to take care of each other and stuff, and so that's some good energy to carry that in.
Yeah. Yeah. And I've been feeling that a lot lately, like just like that push or that like, hey, pay attention. Just like, even if they're not in the same community as me, I'm still like being pushed to help people randomly. Like today, I saw a girl comment and she was like, I have no money. I need help to make my website. Someone please help me. So I gave her that video of the Wix thing that we had all done
We
together.
had just talked about it too.
I know. And that's the thing. That's the thing. That's why I know, like, they're telling me to do those things. Like, do that. Like, you're already thinking about that. Give that, like, that's one of those freebies that people could use for their business, is like, hey, you could see that I have the knowledge. You could see like the pieces because I didn't get that deep into it, but it gave her enough of a basic to like see some things she probably never would have seen and put it
Yeah.
out there.
And where to start at least, like the main functions.
And I recorded a 3-minute video to upload to her comments, and I was like, hey, I'm not a fan of typing all of this, but blah 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 blah, and told her about the AI with Canva and how like you can run a website off of Canva. Does that
That's what I'm using right now. Yeah,
Yeah,
I've
you're
been using.
using.
You can link out to PayPal. Like I have a Cash App and PayPal link on there, and you can like if you create like multiple documents with it, you can like link it to make it look like a real web page where it links to other pages. It just
Yeah,
takes a little more work than doing it all from the same document.
it's good. It's and I just let Abby has her, like I gave you that thing to use. I haven't used that, so you know about that more. I just let Jenny come on to the one that we have
The
because
team, yes.
yeah, like I'm not going to use that for you know what I mean? Like I'm not 5 people. I don't need to be the only one receiving from it. But you might be able to help Jenny to learn it, like little parts of it if she wants to utilize those things about it because I haven't used that specific part of it yet, but the other parts that I've used, like the AI magic thing, I'm going to be making some videos about that because that is like life changing. It tells you what you need to know. Like
Mm.
what are the best like hashtags for blah blah blah. What is the best title for this thing if I'm writing a blog or I'm making a video and you tell it like YouTube video blah 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 blah, and it's integrated for all of that because they give you everything in there. They're like, oh, you want to make a YouTube thumbnail or a YouTube video? Do you want to make a resume or do you want to make a menu? Like they know. And then the internet knows. Like I did the top 10 signs of a starseed and it was like all numbered. I'm like, oh my God. Oh my God.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna play with that eventually. They're talking about physical symptoms and things with retrogrades and energies and stuff. People having says vivid dreams. Yup.
Gosh, so many of you guys. Okay, so you're carrying that big change energy. A book index could take a week to do. Yeah, and I would commit myself to that week or month. That it would take me to do. Because I can't. I'm like, why? Why isn't Lunar in here? Just make it make sense. That's all. That's all. Don't waste your time if you're not gonna do it. I have a big. You've been big. Yeah, tired. I've been getting hit like I'm tired and I pass out and I sleep for like 12 hours and I wake up with all this energy. And I've been seeing a lot of the Fae. I went outside last night, saw tons of them out there. Earlier, I recorded. They didn't even let me record the video. They turned the video on, and then like within the first minute of the video, we're like ding 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 ding, like into my head. Um, but then I get like slammed again. I've been cleaning a lot. Plus, this is my season. Taurus season is my season that I come and I merge back into the world where I'm like, yay, life again. I hate winter. It's just how I am.
I've
How are
got
you?
craft supplies on my desk to make your birthday card soon.
Do you get better in the winter or the summer?
For what? Oh, you're
Like
talking to the person in the comments.
no, just you in general, anybody out there. Like when you're born, do you notice that May is a time that like I'm born in May, but I know it's spring, so a lot of people get that energy at spring anyways. Like they're like, oh, it's
Mm,
still. Woo-hoo." But for me, I'm like,
I don't know. I think there is like definitely a more expansion like when I'm in summer, but I am more comfortable in the cold than I am the heat. Like my body has a harder time cooling down when I get overheated than it does warming up. So
that's
sometimes the summer can be a little overwhelming for me in that aspect. But I'm curious to see how it is this summer because I feel like my energies are much different right now than they have been in the last few years going into summer. Like I feel like I followed the full cycle of winter when you're supposed to rest and stuff entirely. So now I'm like ready to go. And whereas in the past, I feel like I wasn't fully in the like shadows and darkness of winter of letting myself go there.
and shit at all.
Yeah.
Have you noticed a theme of like negative, horrible people? Like just like everybody being like I don't know, just like people really being like
Yeah.
volatile about like
No, there's like
nothing.
an irritation in the air, like little static electricity is like is like how I see it.
it's crazy because I'm like, I try not to let it in. I try not to take it personally. And I try not to be like it. I've been just like unfriending and blocking everywhere. Not like people that I communicate with, but just like the people that are consistently complaining or the people that are consistently uploading the negative, like,
Mhm.
bleh.
Like,
But
you're like,
that's
"I don't
really
need that, bye."
huh?
You're like, "I don't need that, bye."
Yeah, because it brings you down and it makes like we just seeing it brings us down. But Grick said his eyesight is improving during this time of he was in a cocoon time. We talked about this the other day. He's like
Mhm.
cocooning. And
Well,
you
you were
had that
born in
shift
Scorpio
step.
season.
He was born in Scorpio.
Yeah, that's what it said, in
Uh,
Scorpio season.
well, I started thinking the other day about Scorpio, right? It was a thing of like, all right, so like my mom got pregnant with me 9 months before I was born, right? So I was in her womb all that time. There's certain foods that we miss when we're not in her womb. Scorpio is like semen. That's the food that Scorpio should be eating and getting plenty of so that they have a healthy life. Other things like Gemini or Taurus, they had like blueberries and mushrooms. But Scorpio was like, you just need to eat some human protein.
Maybe some booba berries.
Freaks.
You're like, "Ooh, I got that Scorpio rising."
I know. I was like, what? Blueberries, mushrooms, semen, the regular. I was like, this
Makes
is
sense, I guess.
you're not a heat person. My twin's mom went off on me because she doesn't want us together last week. Well, good for her, 'cause
Yeesh.
she can't stop shit, right? She can't make like human. That's the thing I don't get about like, and it just makes people want to do it more when you're like, you can't do that. They're like, I'm going to prove you wrong, and they just do it anyways. So my sister ended up in toxic relationships because her father would freak out, and she would be like, fine, I'm gonna do it more. Like it has the opposite effect.
Yeah.
You're a summer
The
baby,
rebellious.
but you're better in the spring, autumn, winter. I think some of it could be due with our blood too, or like our even like our beings that we connect with strongly. Like I know the Andromedans are around right now, like
Mm.
everywhere.
Pleiadians are up to some shit too. Like something came through the other day with one of my cards, and it was someone looking at the stars, and that they just kept hearing like something, and they were like hee hee hee, and I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah, they hid Jenny's comment of my solar plexus is all fucked up.
Oh,
And it's funny you say that, Jenny, because earlier today I had my feet like my sandals on that are the ones for our reflexology, but where my feet have been messed up is your heart and your solar plexus area on your foot. And I was like, someone disempowered me through love, or I disempowered me through love, or I just gave all my power away through like love. And you can't do that. You can't love to your own demise or love others more than yourself, because then you disempower yourself and you take away all your power and all your ability to even love anyways. Because then you're all good. You have no confidence, you have no strength, you have no power, you have no ability to manifest. I almost put this on earlier today because this will bring that back. This is the citrine one that I have that's it's like it's
oh,
right there, so it's gonna
I got
empower your power.
citrine. That was one of the ones I had to go grab. Was like a little citrine quartz piece.
I feel like when I make those Lyran lions, I'm gonna be putting citrine in those.
Ooh,
I have little lion shaped, they're like geometric lion for the epoxy, but I was gonna do them like a golden color with citrine in them and quartz for the amplification. But I also have rutilated quartz that's golden inside of the quartz, and that's like
yeah. Like speaking of Lyra stuff, I got hits on Vega stuff the other day too, which would make sense with all the Fae activity right now,
yeah, yeah.
and like the mermaid dolphin stuff too.
Have you been seeing a lot of the like? It's like sometimes you see it as a white horse, sometimes you see a Pegasus, sometimes you see a
Mm-hmm.
unicorn. That's
Mm-hmm.
like every day. Like,
Yeah. Well, that's how at first Bala would appear to me was as a unicorn or a Pegasus. And then he like came in one day and he was like, I'm a dragon master and this like big dragon, like
yeah, all right. I have a video from last night. It's 12 minutes long. I was out there. There was a part of that cloud that was down lower. It looked like a dragon. I was like, is that a dragon? blah, blah, blah. There was so much stuff going on. In the first 20 seconds of the video, I was like, is someone out here? Hello, is that a buggy? Because they think of buggy as something to get. And the light lit. It was like, boom, and it was a big light. And I was like, oh, shit. So then there was something behind the trees that was like a big orb that went by. And then there was light out there, but there was no light in the physical 3D world. But through the camera, you could see light behind the clouds, like a flashlight. It was so weird. There's definitely a lot of stuff going on with the clouds right now.
Mm-hmm.
Someone gave you yellow calcite and watermelon tourmaline, and you saw a cloud pegasus. You took a pixie. There's something in the clouds. Hi, you're in bed.
Yes, other people are also talking about mermaids and fae and stuff too.
There's so much of them right now. It's crazy. I'm gonna try to put earlier one manifester soon so that you can be a part of it. And I know Stefania can be a part of it too when I do like a 5 p.m. version of something. Like I go live at 5 p.m. Those people who are 216 right now go down to like.
Oh, okay. He's in UK, right?
Yeah, so it would be like 8 p.m. if I went on at 5. Right?
I don't know. I don't know. I thought it was 12 hours.
10, I don't know. He won't be at 2 a.m. Laughing my ass off.
No, that's not. Maybe it's 9.
Fairy right now.
Aw.
So I don't want to do candle magic tonight because, because we gotta charge it up. We gotta get everything all charged up, and then I can do stuff like in a few days. What did you say to Sagittarius? What is going on?
the dog came out to me, and I need to go let her outside real quick, but she shook her head right at me, and her slobber just like it was like a.
That's so funny. I was like, it looked like you had like something attacking you. Like,
the fae. Okay, I'll be right back.
Okay.
You can explain the candle magic thing.
Okay, yeah. So Sagittarius energy. We were talking earlier because she knows about something she heard from somebody, and I've heard it before in the past, and it's like retrograde is never a great time to be like, let's start this big thing. Like we can talk about it, we can get ideas going, but we don't want to like maybe put down into work the cement of the things. Like the other night when I did my nails, they got all messed up, so I ended up taking them off. There's been times where I've tried to do my hair. I'm always like inspired to do my hair at this time, but I should wait a couple of days and then be like, okay, let's do it. Well, I'm not going to destroy it. But those are types of things because of the Mercury retrograde being in Taurus. So I want to take everybody's intention. I know Lisa, I saw her intention going earlier. There's a link, I believe, in the description box. If people want to do that for the next 48 hours, you can add your intention, whatever your intention is, to manifest through this powerful energy of change that we have. And then after retrograde shifts and we hit that Sagittarius energy, the lunar eclipse energy shifts, all of that stuff. I think it ends at 7:14 a.m. or p.m. on Saturday, I think is what she said. So by Sunday night, I can do the fire. And Sunday night, I can ignite that stuff into our life, and I'll record it, put it on Instagram, maybe in the stories here, like a condensed version of it. And then people will see their stuff getting ignited in. But other than that, I just was coming in to take those, which I don't really need to be here to do that. But usually I do the thing while I'm with you. So instead, I read about the remembering energy. We'll probably pull some cards. I want her to talk about her stuff too, because she's working with the moon right now. Every month, she's going to do a full moon live on Instagram at 6 p.m., I believe. But I want you guys to hear from her too about her offers and all of that. And you told your twin about Mercury retrograde, and he's working on his anger and not getting so upset. Awesome. You love candle work? Yes, candle work. Candle work is the fastest because it's the fire. It ignites it. Yes, because under the eclipse, it gets shadowed, it gets messed up. It's like, oh, that beautiful thing you wanted, like here it comes. It's all messed up. An octopus alien face. I couldn't believe it. Hey, I saw that earlier. Somebody was sharing this thing. I shared it into the Moon Key Writes with Bridget on Facebook. It's like a magnet thing. When you do it one way, it looks like that toroidal field. When you do it another way, it looks like a certain pattern. And it's just a magnet, right? And it shows like all the way the magnetic thing works. And it's not that it's poles, it's the absence of something that makes that happen. but when he did it in one way, it looked like the owl face. And the owl face, like those guys are aliens on Earth. I always say that. Even in the movie The Fifth Encounter or whatever, the Sixth Encounter, um, they had the aliens that would show up, like, or the owl would show up to let them know the aliens are coming. So they are like little aliens. We're all aliens on this planet. We're all different color. We all speak different things. We all do different things. We all have like this, like we're all aliens. But like people forget that and assume anything other than us. But look at everything on the planet, like octopus. Octopus are another alien. They have 8 brains. They have, they have 8 brains, 8 arms. Like, can you imagine how much easier life would be? But where do they go? Deep down into the sea where they don't deal with anybody because they're smart. Like, they don't have to be down there. 5 hour difference in Liverpool. Okay, so if I go live at like 5 p.m., it would be like 9 p.m. for you guys, right? Or no, it would be 10 p.m. So it's a lot better. I could even do daytime ones. I've been having my energy come back because of this energy that we're shifting into. My sister used to call it, the one that passed away. She said, Sissy Bridget hibernates in the winter. She hides. She's like a bear in her hibernation. Your Venus is in Cancer and your twin's Venus is in Capricorn. So he could probably be you're more emotional. He's probably getting more like, but that's actually that could be in your favor, right? Because like you're emotional. He's thinking about commitment and steadfast and like being like on the grind with that Capricorn energy. Capricorn's all about like long term. What is my status? What am I leaving behind me? What is my fame? What is my claim to fame? What does my name mean? Like, who am I? And then Cancer is like, I want to be at home and nurturing you and loving you and caring about you forever. So you could take those two things together, as a masculine and feminine together perfectly. So don't let that be something negative. Use this energy to eclipse that. And then you're connected to the famed mermaids. Me too. I've been clearing. Okay, we saw the sacral. I think a lot of us have had sacral stuff that's needed to clear. Autumn makes me want to travel with the wild geese. Restless energy. I want to go to Mount Shasta. I need to go to Mount Shasta. I keep seeing Mount Shasta, Mount Shasta, Mount Shasta. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go there. Like, I need to go there. I know I do because it's like it pops up out of the most. People are just like talking, and it's like, hey, you should go to Mount Shasta. You should go live in Mount Shasta. You should be in Mount Shasta. I'm like, okay, nonstop though. I'm a December baby, but yeah, so I think it's also that energy where it's like spring, here's those flowers, everything's growing, it's beautiful. That's another reason why I don't enjoy New England because it's always like we got 9 months of the year that's like, ooh, and then we get like 3 months of the year that's like, ah, and I like thrive in that energy, like in that heat and all of that. I'm part like reptile, man. Low blood pressure, low heart rate, low body temp, and all of that stuff. They always thought I was dead when they tested me. They were like, "Are you alive?" But it's because of the Rh negative. All of us have that. The color changing eyes. Some of us have extra vertebrae. Some of us have been born with tails. Like I totally think it's that they evolved out of like reptile energy and then they just have hidden that from us because it is a cross species thing between the negative blood and the positive blood. And all of those people that are negative, there's a minority of them. So it's like they probably didn't make it through the cold times because they're low. Like I would die. I would freeze to death much sooner than anyone else. Like, we don't have that in us. But people try to demonize that anyways. I'm like, whatever, dude. Like, there's always good and bad. There's good reptilians and bad reptilians. There's good Pleiadians and there's bad Pleiadians. It's just a matter of what you choose to be. It's your choice, your freedom. But you may adopt certain things. Just being born, like people who are born under Taurus are gonna flourish in that energy. People who are born under Leo are gonna flourish in that energy. People born under Capricorn or Gemini are gonna flourish. So you should be the month behind me in terms of like gestation. So you would be good to have blueberries, mushrooms, apples, and whatever the other one is, I can't remember.
I do
You don't
like
you
all of
don't need
those
this.
things. I don't need. uh
She's like, oh shit. um, You are awesome, sis. I love your lives. Very true. Sometimes he could be emotional too. And thanks. You're welcome. My channel's been doing really well. One of my favorite YouTube channels shared a video. Oh, do put your thing. That thing that I made, I'm gonna go back to it where I was like showed how to share your channel. Anybody who wants to be shared, if you have a channel, go put your thing there and I will share them onto the community board. You could just share a video there. You could just share your channel there. Like, you've seen those posts on Facebook where they're like, hey, somebody might like what you have. Put your name down here, put your business down here. Go do that on the rail that I did on, it's a short here, it's a rail there. It's a TikTok originally. But the short is me being like live or Rick, hear me now, because when I went to search for Rick's channel, there was so many similar named that I wasn't sure which one he was. Um, and if you have an iPhone and what I showed you is different for yours, if you just Google how do I share my YouTube channel with an iPhone, it will show you the very easy settings of doing that. Um, and that's for anything that you ever need to do that you're just like, how do I do that? Or how did they do that? Just Google what your phone is, your provider, and that will help like significant. I know a lot of us just don't think about doing that, but it's usually a video right there that you don't have to go on YouTube, you don't have to go anything. It will just show you the second they take like the clip of the video, the 30-second part that you're asking for, and give it to you. So always utilize that. But I know we all have different phones. Today I did another complex at the top of hill range in direct alignment on Leyland, and I was the same standing stone as what I found down on coast. That's awesome. I've said something about the ley lines the other night where I was talking about the projection thing where they give you fake coordinates and you just go there because of the intention is in it. That you don't need like the actual coordinates to go what is that called? It's like astral projection, but it's like when we're doing it to feel out the space that we're in. I had an app that did it. Remote viewing. It's remote viewing. You
I
go
was
there.
about to say that, and I was like, "Is that what she's talking about?" Because I was just reading about CIA, like, projects and shit, Project
Yes.
Stargate.
Yes. I said that the other night. I was like, the CIA has this. It's literally like they give you fake coordinates, man, fake coordinates. But you in your mind don't know that. But it's like they're thinking the Pyramid of Giza or whatever. And you go there and you get like a list of things like what's the color of it, what's the temperature of it, what does it look like, blah 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 blah. I went to Stonehenge thinking like I thought I was at Area 51 at like a ship or something, but it was a silver round thing. It was cold. I felt like it was in an area I shouldn't be, and like that's a roped off area. So there was a lot of similarities for the first time of trying it. It does work. I'll see if I can remember the name of the app and like upload it somewhere, put it into the description of something, but it's based off of fake coordinates. It doesn't matter what they give you. They're like 27 north, 55 south. Where are you? Like it doesn't matter. So weird. Your twin is an Aquarius Pisces cusp. So he's like a freak. He's like a freak that's emotional. But he could have problems with addiction. He could have problems with like being institutional, especially because of the Aquarius. Aquarius is like, I don't care, I'm free. And I want to be a weirdo. Like, I'm going to be a hippie. I'm going to be different. And then Pisces is like a tormented emotional soul that like ends up in jail or like locked in like psych wards and stuff like that. Um,
I saw a thing the other day because one of my friends is a Pisces, so I sent it to them and it was like, "I live to hate and I love to death and I live to hate." I was like, "Damn."
nice. And that's and a lot of it is like just like guilt too. Like a lot of with Pisces, they hold guilt or they hold because then they feel badly that they messed up or they did something wrong. And a lot of them thrive in a thing like that because jail, they give you like you got to get up for breakfast, you got to do this at this time. You know, they give you the rules of the day. So some of us are better off with that. Yep, that's him, and I still love him, and that's what he needs. What is your son? Um, you saw a cylindrical craft at the top of Stonehenge in real life. It was a mirror effect. That's awesome.
Ooh,
I
I wanna go
I,
to Stonehenge.
I know. I feel like we're seeing beyond the illusion now. Do you feel that? Like seeing beyond the projection of the
I
falseness?
I was talking about that earlier with someone where it was like the like the veil thinning in a way where it's like things are becoming actually visible, like not just like to people that see, but like people are like starting to see shit and being like, "What the fuck?" Like,
I
was that
heard that it's
this
because
there?
I think we're getting closer to the sun, and as those solar
Mm.
flares come, they're, like,
Yeah, the solar
awakening.
flares. I was talking about that earlier. The sun card right here is on the bottom of my deck because I just flipped it and I was like, sun.
I think what's gonna happen is the
Those
solar flash.
flares.
You know, that big there's gonna it's hard because of the
Let me
comments.
turn my thing
No,
on.
no, it was the comments, the comments are in the way. But, um, put it over to your right. Yeah, now I can see it better because the comments go up. Nice. It looks like a lion. Is there a lion there? Like, under the right wing? It looks like a lion,
Yeah, it's like
like
a tree. It's like a dark light going through a dark forest with a bunch of little fairy things,
oh, see,
little
it's my
glowing.
lion. He's
This
just
is my
hiding.
fairy deck. I use this when I connect with the fairies. Oh, there's some little blurbs in the. Kind of looks like an eagle is in the sun. Let's see if
Oh,
I
did
can.
you see the thing I sent you yesterday with the eagle? The picture of the Jesus's chest with the eagle?
Yeah.
That
I don't know if that's worse or better with it being darker.
I think it's okay. I can see like the eagle outline. I can see
Yeah.
a lion. I can see a whole bunch of stuff going
I'll
on.
just turn it back on.
Um,
That's fine.
Leo's son is somebody that's like larger than life out in the world and wants to be seen and wants to be recognized, and they catch attention of the others around them. They're just like a bright person. Sometimes they can get that ego part of it that takes over, but I don't think you have that because you're not under that. A lot of time I think the men let that go to their head and they get like crazy with the ego part of it more so than the women. Plus, you have the Gemini moon, so you might just be somebody that's better faithful. Like when you go online and you're talking to people, communicating to people, you have the ability to show the side of you that's not the Jekyll or the Hyde. You know what I mean? Like you know how to be in a way that is magnetism to people without the ego part of it getting to your head or hurting your relationships. And then
I
Gemini
just got the
moon,
sun card again.
is it a different one? Put it over up here. Like, yeah. Oh wow. That does it have people around it, like holding hands?
They're little flowers, and then there's people in the corners breathing into the flowers.
Breathing. They're doing
They
that
breathe.
breathing. Gemini moon. So you love with both like Gemini is the Jekyll and Hyde, okay? Gemini has the good side and bad side. If Jenny, I mean, Abby has helped me to uncover and discover and understand Gemini a lot better because she's a Gemini. And like, I see, like, sometimes I don't know what I'm going to get with her. I'm like, is she going to be that one today or that one
Is she
today?
hiding in a hole in the dark, or is she like, let's be friends?
Yeah, basically, I never know. But I'm like, I tread lightly to see. And then I'm like, okay, she's this one. But if you have that for your moon is how you love, it's your emotions, so you may be somebody that loves very deeply, but you're gonna be dual-sided about it, or you may not show the fullness of it within yourself at home by your but then like with the person that makes you be like, I'm fine, I don't care, whatever. It's just totally opposite. Abby, she's like, no.
No,
But
it's
you have that for your son, so that might be something you do anyways. Like,
yeah.
just have that. I don't know. It's like it's a built-in fuck with you system of like doubt, 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 doubt. Don't show, don't show, don't show.
Well, I think for me, like before I even really, because people, I don't know, I never understood or resonated really with the Gemini part. Because I was like, I don't get it. And because I was always just like stuck in the shadow side of it, like I was like, I'm not joyful. I don't got like whatever the sun in it. No, fuck that. And then like once I started getting more into spiritual gifts and stuff, I was like, oh, I get it. Now I see it. Like I don't always have to assume the worst about everything.
It was just that day that I read that thing. Good night, manifester. I will try to do one soon. Gemini moon gives me the ability to write dialogue. Yes, you should be, writing and using
Ooh.
that. anything to do with communication, Gemini is going to be good at. They will be they're going to be the one that goes viral. They're going to be the one that can do anything they want on camera or with writing or with their communication very, very well. But they should try to embrace the other part of themselves too, depending on where they are. Like your North Node and your South Node tell you like who you were and what you do. So those are very significant for your life path. Like, what is your North Node?
I don't remember.
Like,
Is it gonna take me off this live if I look it up?
I don't know. It's okay. We could probably figure it out. I have them at the phone here, so I know like people just go look up their free natal chart and it will tell them. But basically, I have Gemini North Node. So I should be trying to do this stuff, even though I'm uncomfortable on it, even though my natural urge is to go be like a hermit away and hibernate and stuff. This life, they celebrate me. That's why like I hit record earlier. I didn't even hit record. They turned it on. They were celebrating. They were like, yes, yes, do that. Like, you're frozen. Oh, maybe she's gone. Is she gone? Fuck.
There, no.
Oh
Am I
God.
back?
You're back.
Okay. Which one's the North Node, the U or the upside down U, the mound?
I'm not sure. What does it look? Actually,
One of them, well, the one that was the U with the nodes at the top. So I'm guessing maybe that's North Node. That was also in Gemini. So,
oh, so you should be doing that because that yours is in Leo. So seeking the spotlight, yes. Yours is Capricorn. So you should be trying to do something with your work. How do you get past the friendship stage between me and my twin? Oh, there you are. I was like, oh no. Upside down is the North Node. Jenny said.
Oh, okay. So the other way. So that one was
Sagittarius.
Well, yeah, I guess because it's a cross. That would make sense. It's a cross from, yeah.
So you have the same as me. So yeah. You and I have that natural urge to go hide away under the corner, like be like, no, don't talk to me. I want to go hide. But like when we do this, we get celebrated.
Yeah. Part of my human design too is something like there's like some sort of big channel or something in my throat chakra. And when I first learned that, I was like, really? But now that I've been speaking my truth and like taking goals to like, no, I feel like I need to express this. I'm like, this makes sense now.
Yeah, you have to you have to embrace that. Whatever feels uncomfortable is usually what we need to do. All right, so for Chisa, it says you're better off without me. I don't deserve you. You're perfect. You could have anyone you want. See you soon. You don't know how special you are. So I feel like that's why you're stuck at the friendship stage, is because this person is intimidated by you. They're like, please don't ever leave me. But at the same time, I'm not going to be with you because then you can never leave me. If I'm never truly with you, you're not going to abandon me. If we never break up, if we're never together, we can never break up. Some people think like that, and you just have to give him time because he thinks he doesn't deserve you. So give him time. Show him that he does. I don't feel good enough for you, dude. That's all it is. He doesn't like being just your friend. I think he could have even looked up twin flames. I'm sure you've told him about it. He says, I'm a mess. So he feels, and then think about yourself too. Like anywhere inside of yourself where you doubt yourself, where you question yourself, where you go to the worst case scenario and think like, oh, we're going to be stuck here forever. His parents hate me. It doesn't matter if it's true or not or how you perceive it. Change it. Change the reality around you into the truth that you want to live in without going to delusional land, but go into the place of like, if you know someone doesn't like you or want you to be together, I'm going to prove to myself that I'm the one for him. I'm going to show these people that I'm not the bad person they think I am. Think about it in a positive way, and think like positively about yourself. And that's how you can help him to do the same, like lead by example, show who you want him to be by being that version yourself, because he's your twin, he's your mirror, he's going to reflect back to you. I think my North Node is Cancer. So you need to love unconditionally. You need to be the mother that he's never had. He probably missed out on love from his mom in some way. You're welcome. I've also always wanted my chart done. I got to get on that. I think I'm going to do an offer of something like that for people, because I know like I've showed people how to do it specifically, like how to get their chart and like whatever, but I know it takes time to do, and I know if you don't know exactly what you're looking for, then it can be like overwhelming and daunting. But I might do some offers of like I will go look up your past life stuff. I will go look up your life purpose stuff. I will go look up and then make it like a combo thing. So $10 for the past life, $10 for the future, $10 for your purpose, and then like if you want all of them together, it'd be like this much. You know what I mean? Just way people can be benefited, because I have all the books that tell me a lot, and I've already learned a lot just from having that deck. And once I got the basics down, it was like, here, now we're going to teach you more about all
Yeah,
of this.
you've done that for me a couple of times. You'll send me like screen recordings of shit when you find new astrology stuff, and you're like, "Let me do yours."
Yeah, because a lot of times when I sign up to something, if I'm, they give you extra people. They're like, you could do this for your friend or your boyfriend or whatever. So I end up doing it for people that I'm friends with that I know will be interested in it, but I could charge for that too. And I now know how to do it without those things. So, um, if you're interested in that, I'll probably add them onto the website. Yep, I don't really know what I'm looking for or how. Yeah, so um I will do that. I'm gonna add that to a thing, and I'll make like a special offering for people, especially Lisa. Like I'll try to get something out there for you. I probably just tell you without knowing it, like but you are. Hello everyone, happy Venus Day and full moon in my North Node
Scorpio, more
Scorpio.
Scorpio.
So you need to be
Jenny,
afraid.
also, I don't remember if I'm a manifesting generator or not. I feel like I am, but I don't know. I can't remember. I'll have to take a look and tell you.
Men never know when they were born. Sometime before dawn is all I know. But that's okay. So you have a very short window there. It's very unlikely a lot of stuff was changing at that time. So the reason why we want to know the set time is because other things do change quickly. Like the closer planets, they're very quick. So Venus is always moving in and out of signs. Um, our Mercury is always moving in and out of signs. Mars is always moving, but what out there, they're all the same. Like my 0 degree, Uranus or Neptune or whatever is the same as people who were born like a week later, but then closer, that week later person, their sun is a different sign, their moon is a different sign, so like those ones change quick, but not in an hour, not in 4 hours. They you can usually narrow it down. Do Venus and Scorpio get along well with Capricorn Venus? I actually have a sex book for that. Wait, hold on. Let me go. Where is that book? Oh, I put it in this thing with the other sex stuff.
Now that you just rearranged everything you own.
What?
I said, now that you just rearranged everything that you own. You're like, where is everything?
Well, it's that time of year, man. Where's the great sex? Where's that great sex?
I've been seeing I don't know if anyone else has been seeing a lot of hummingbirds, but like this is like the fifth time today that I've looked at either a card or something else that had a hummingbird on it.
Oh, that's for lifting up out of negativity. That's our solar plexus. It's good stuff.
Oh, that's nice.
Where's the sex? Tantric security. I know I have a little red book. This one's a supernatural sex. This is the great sex. This is the tantric sex. Oh, I got it.
Oh. Melissa says she's been hearing hummingbirds too. Jenny, I need to see them. I was just reading the comments, mumbling
All right,
to myself.
So what did she say? She was Capricorn something or other? Wait a minute. Where did she say that? Where did she? Venus and Scorpio get along with Capricorn. All right. Well, the way this book does it, it does like one of those and then the other of them. So it will tell you like who Venus is good with in bed and all of that, and then it will tell you like the opposite of like who Capricorn is good with and all of that. So then they have like Sun and Leo with Mars and Aries. then they have, for all of them, like Sun and Leo, Sun and Leo, Sun and Leo, with Mars and Taurus, Mars and Gemini, right? So the Sun Mars one is very, very particular about sex. Sun and Mars, those two things go together. Like that's where your sex is going to be good. Then there's the turn offs and turn ons, and there's the Venus. So the Venus is about love. Venus is how we love each other. So chapter 1 is about the Sun. Chapter 2 is about Mars. Chapter 3 is the Sun-Mars combinations, and your sex drive is on page 77. The Moon in Venus is your love and nature. Okay, that's on 133. So I'm going to go there. Do you know what there's a Mars and Venus ephemeris 277 page. It will tell me like if you know your day and all of that, and you can like do the math to get it back. But I'm gonna do your Moon and Venus combination. So do you know what your Moon and whatever is? Your Mars and Taurus. Okay, so I can figure that out. I think Sun in Aries, Mars. What is his sun? Your Mars is Taurus. What was his sun? Was he a Leo or Gemini? That's all they ever
Or Gemini.
That's all they ever are. That's it. There's no others. She's Mars and Taurus. I'm pretty sure Venus in Scorpio has a tendency to be obsessive in love. Yeah. My Venus, my Mars was Scorpio, so I'm a freak. And then my Venus was Taurus, so I'm like all about the sensual, blah 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 blah. So your Moon is in Cappy. All right, what was his sun?
You're like, oh dear.
Oh my god, this doesn't.
We need like a grid.
I know. So did she tell me what his Scorpio was? Venus in Scorpio along with a Capricorn Venus. Capricorn Venus. All right. So Moon in Cappy. Moon. Where the hell's Capricorn? Moon. He's a Scorpio Sag cusp with a Moon in Aries and oh god, and a Venus in Scorpio. Jesus Christ. All right. So his Moon is in Aries and your Venus was what the all right. Oh my god. I'm getting none. This is why it's better to do it on the book. I do the reading thing. But laughing my ass off. He's a Scorpio. All right, so I'm gonna go to the Scorpio for the Sun ones. And Abby, you can talk about you and what you're offering for the moons every month if you want to tell people about that so they can look for you on
Oh yeah.
Go ahead.
On the things. Yeah, earlier tonight over on Instagram, my handle, yeah, that's what they're called, is Seed of Stone, same as my YouTube. And so every week for each like phase of the moon in the cycle, I'm gonna just tap into collective energies and do energies and guidance. So I started that today and had some pretty cool things come through. Definitely lots about community, setting boundaries for yourself of like especially around self-care and also about kind of like lightening the load. Like there's like things are going to come up where you realize you can't do it all, and there's things in your life you're going to have to like put down and choose yourself over the other thing. But yeah, so each week I'll kind of bring in messages like that, and then there'll be time for people to in the live ask like for own personal moon messages, like for their energies in exchange for like an energy exchange of either like a donation or doing an act of kindness for a stranger, someone you love, or the animals or the earth you live on, work on, play on. Yeah, so hopefully we'll be doing that every week.
Yeah, and if you get a week where you can't do it, then that's fine. Just move it to another day, or I find that doing the monthly thing helps me a lot because I don't feel overwhelmed by that. You know what I mean? Like I'm not gonna do it every day. But once a week is not a lot either. It just depends on how many other things you're probably doing.
Yeah. And I probably won't always do it like on this exact like full moon day or the new moon day because like I'm sensitive to the moon's energies. That's why I'm doing this because it was my thing that really helped me like start my journey and things was going through the moon cycles, and it helped me recognize the patterns of my own body and how those things would happen depending on which phase of the moon and which phase of my cycle I was in. Um, so there's a lot to it. Like the moon affects you physically, mentally. Like there's all kinds of scientific studies on how the moon during different moon phases, certain symptoms or higher inflammation rates or things like that occur. Yeah, it's pretty cool. So I'm into it.
Cool. I know you've been talking about doing the moon thing for a while, like
I
in
know.
some way. Just like we weren't sure which way yet, but
Yeah, I feel like
something.
it finally all kind of came together, and like it's like okay, I don't think I'm gonna like burn it all down again.
Good.
This was about this time last year when I was like, I'm not going to do this anymore, and I deleted everything, and then I was like, oh, now I got to start over.
And then I was like, "What did you do?"
I know. You were like, you're sabotaging. You deleted everyone. Don't delete people. And I was like, ah. Like I
I
just want to
didn't
be
even
left
know at
alone.
first either. Like she got on my radar for a little while. Like I had no idea that she did, and then all of a sudden I was like, "Where are you?"
I think you did a reading and something came up and you were like, you got to be careful when you make decisions because sometimes you do rash things. And then I texted you and I was like, I deleted everything on my Instagram.
I was like, "Oh my god!" I had already yelled. Yeah, that was what it was. I had already yelled at you, not knowing what I was yelling at you about. I was like, "You can't do that." Blah, 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 blah. And then I found out about it, and I was like, "You already did?"
Yeah, I didn't even it wasn't even that I also, like, went and I, like, deleted everyone that followed me. I, like, unfollowed everyone that followed me and, like, unfollowed everyone. It was, like,
Oh
this
my
just
god,
blank account, and I was like, "I don't it's fine." But
that's
I'm
not
here
good.
now, so it's okay.
That's so fucked up. But hey, I've done it too. Like, and like I've sabotaged myself by making more work for myself, or I've sabotaged myself by like hiring people I shouldn't have. Like, I'm just doing some weird shit. Like, just thinking I was making. It was still a good investment because I will say that like I did that thing, and then I got a lot that was attached to it that I learned by myself on my own from that stuff. So it still worked out to be worth money, just not $5,000 worth. That's still like detrimental to me now. Um, like
Mhm.
equal it out, I guess. But like it's like, why? You're literally supposed to just do that. Why can't you just do that? Like,
You're like, "It's fine. I can
ah,
do it."
we live
It's
and
not
learn.
letting me I was trying
So
to
let me see
comment so
the
people
comment.
could see my channel name because someone asked. It's Seed of Stone, like a plant seed, and my last name is Stone. But it's not letting my phone's not letting me comment, so I don't
Oh,
know if you
here.
have it, but
Yes, I do. I will go get you from you. I'll go get you from you. I just saw 555. It's 9:55 on the 5th.
oh, we
Um,
got 8 people on here and 6 likes. Oh, well, it just changed to 10, but oh, because you're on there.
no, I'm not on there yet. Now it's gonna be 11.
Oh, now oh,
No, it went to 9.
oh, now it's a
No, it's wrong.
69.
It's fucking wrong. It lies. It lies.
It lies.
It does. It like the other night I was like, it says nobody's here, but there was people commenting. So,
Mm.
how's
So
that
who
bad
knows? There could be
matter?
100 people in here.
Yeah, they lie. They don't like me. They took away my ability earlier to even go live for like a short time. I was like,
You know,
what the?
when I opened up all those texts, I was like, "Shit," and then I was like, "Oh, it's okay."
I'm like, never mind, we're fine again. I don't know why. I have no idea, man. They just like messing with me because they're like, we know that you're 33 subscribers. 33.
Oh, I got one more.
Yeah,
It
see,
was
people like
32
you.
yesterday. Hey, 3-3. That's Balo numbers.
You gotta keep putting it out there. All right, I'm gonna put a
Yep,
chat in
once
from
a
my
week.
hidden
I've
account.
been consistent for the last month of doing one a week.
Good. And that's what I keep telling people. Consistency is key. If you want to grow consistently do. So I did find Moon, or whatever. What the hell was it? Sun in Scorpio it says Sun in Scorpio with Mars in, where's the person's Mars? Did she ever give me that? Scorpio, Sag, Cusp, Moon in Aries and Venus. I know you showed me something about fucking Mars, man. Mars. No, Venus. All right, whatever. We don't know. So if you get his Mars, let me know. I'm gonna leave that there. Moon in Taurus, Moon. What the hell are the moons? Can you hold on to the brain for me, Abby? What is the moon?
Okay, let me write it down. Okay, go in the comments and I'll write it down.
So she said he has a Venus in Scorpio. Oh, no.
Okay.
She didn't say that. She said, I'm Mars and Taurus. Okay, there she is.
Mars, Taurus, and then
Yep.
I think the other one said Mars and something.
Well, she said he's a Sun in Scorpio.
Mars and Libra for him.
Okay. So.
And then you said Sun was in what?
He's a Scorpio Sag cusp with a Moon in Aries and a Venus in Scorpio.
Venus. Do you have hers too?
She is.
Sun and Moon.
I think she's a Capricorn Moon. I don't know about her Venus.
Let me see.
Her Mars was something she showed us.
He's in Venus. Oh wait, that's a lot of Venus and Scorpio energy in here. Damn.
I know, everybody. That's why I'm like, I can't do it. Like, there's too many people with all the things.
Capricorn.
Venus in Scorpio, if people have that. Venus in Scorpio confers magnetic intensity and a deep emotional, romantic, sexual nature.
Sun.
They're an extremist in life and love.
Moon.
And they give themselves totally to everything they do, and they expect that same kind of involvement in return. While part of your appeal lies in your apparent obsession with the object of your affection, what you actually have is a strong, jealous need to control your significant other. However, this may not be immediately apparent, and you'll probably never admit to it, but you not only possess your beloved, you somehow make it seem attractive to be possessed. I was with a Scorpio. Like, when you first meeting people, you're likely to be cautious, taking time to observe them. Oh yeah. And then you're able to bide your time and wait for the right moment to take the relationship further. And there's a hint of danger with you, which can be a major turn on for some people. And your actions promise deep commitment and intense sexual pleasure. Your tendency to guard your privacy can make you seem like a tantalizing mystery that somebody needs to investigate. And who the fuck investigates the most? Me. I'm like,
deep dive.
Yeah.
All right, I think I got all of the info.
Awesome. So I have Sun. So I got Suns and Scorpios with Mars, or Sun and whatever with Mars. What's the Sun with a Mars that I could do for them? Like
a Sun in so the one person, it's Sun in Sagittarius with Mars and Taurus.
Okay. I'm on a Sun in Scorpio with Mars and Taurus, so I almost feel like they want me to read that one.
Oh, dude. There's the other person is Sun Scorpio.
Okay.
And Mars and Libra. So maybe there's like a weird mix too for someone else that's like in between.
It's just so weird that that's the one I was on. I feel like you need to know this one for some reason. I think it's a mixture because you said he was on a cusp of Sagittarius. And then you guys have the Taurus. And I believe this is supposed to be for the person themselves, like who they are. But I feel like this is going to be a blend of you both. So, sexy and affectionate, you're made for grand passion. And when truly smitten, your normally cautious approach gives way to open seduction. You know exactly what to do to ignite the fires of love. And your ardor and intensity have a mesmerizing effect on all who fall under your spell. Casual affairs don't turn you on because you long to transcend the physical and delve deeply into your lover's soul. Sharing intimate pleasures and confidences with your lover refreshes your body and renews your spirit. Once you get going, your amazing stamina, that Taurus, keeps your bed partner satisfied all night long. Taurus is like, I don't care, done. It's just what we do, man. It's like what we're meant for. Taurus is all about that shit. Luxurious, tantalizing, sexy thing. That's why it's here. That's why it's here. That's why we're the bull. Who would you like to bang, the bull or the goat?
The bull or the devil?
Sorry, Danny goats. Goats are the devil.
Well, it's like, or if like, you know, Gemini, you get both.
I know. Oh, you can't bring that in with the bull. Oh god.
No, jeez.
What? All right. So Sun in Gemini. Give me a Mars first. Is there any Sun in Gemini that knows their Mars?
My Mars is in Aries.
There you go. Sun in Gemini with Mars in Aries. We're gonna read that one.
Oh, I'm about to be exposed.
Oh yeah. Here we go. Passionate, idealistic, you fall in and out of love rather easily. It takes both chemistry and intellectual rapport to capture your heart. Unless there's depth to your love connection, you begin to lose interest. Being friends with your lover really is important to you, and you're considerably more ardent than most Geminis. You view lovemaking as a fun-filled game and manage to avoid bedroom boredom by employing a broad range of sexual techniques. Pretty sure you had like the same chart as I did. Like you had like a combination of mine and the other Gemini that I know. It was like you had the same things.
I think too. I also remember you were looking at a different style too, and we were. I ended up being like really similar to what yours were too.
Yeah, we switched places. It was weird because
Yeah,
the one
like our
with the
moon and
27
sun
moon
switched.
mansions.
Yeah.
That one. The one with the 27 moon mansions is a different type of astrology. There's an app called Align 27. If you download that and you put your time and your date in there, it will give you your one for that. But like I became a Gemini, she became a Taurus, my moon became something, and hers became the Capricorn. It was weird. It was really weird.
I'm over here. I start laughing because as we're talking about this, I'm over here like retying my knots on my card holders.
She's getting those
I'm
nuts
like, ooh,
back
a slip knot.
There's sexual synergy with people too. So you're Gemini, you had a Leo. I know there's other Geminis with Leos out there specifically, or had that.
Yeah. Where
There's
the fuck did my
Gemini. So this is a lively, fun-loving combination that works great as long as you're both willing to concede center stage to the lion or the lioness. Each is super sociable, enjoys a good party, but Leo demands loyalty and won't tolerate Gemini's flirtatious ways. Both of you are playful, passionate, amorous lovers, and in bed you set off sparks. Who else was there out there that was like? There was a sun in Cancer with a sun in Leo, I believe. She said her person was. Was that right? There was another girl that was a Cancer with a Leo. Sexually, these two are almost always compatible, especially if the lion is willing to demonstrate enough love, consideration, and devotion to reassure the insecure crab. Leo's sunny
no comment.
Self-confidence acts as a stabilizer for Cancer moody insecurity, and the crab's readiness to offer praise fulfills the lion's need for adoration. So weird to talk about them as like crabs and Leos and like lions.
The lion.
Yeah.
Just see like the hair.
Yeah. It's like for the king of the forest.
Actually, I did see a thing the other day about Wizard of Oz, and I didn't finish watching it, but it was talking about how it was like an example for a weird like economic scenario or something like that. But I've heard a lot of things how the Wizard of Oz like symbols a lot of weird different shit.
It's like the Tin Man, right? Like I feel like
Maybe I need to watch that movie.
Yeah, I think so, because there's like a whole bunch of shit in there that's crazy. Oh wait, there's a lot of people comment. People are like, "Oh my god, what is happening?"
They're fucking crazy.
I know. Oh my god, funny. My twin once was joking around and said he sees himself as a lioness. Oh my god, he's a lioness.
They like.
You can't get them.
Jenny said she's a goat. No, I can see them, they just keep disappearing, so I have to open it back up.
I think if you hit the screen like you're scrolling up, it will bring them back up too.
Oh, okay. Oh, yep, yep.
It's I'm
Oh, we
seeing
got some more.
names.
Yeah, someone said all the things.
His Virgo sister didn't get it. LOL, I thought it was cute. I love his feminine side. Hey, I think it's good when men have both sides. I believe that the moon
Yeah,
is
we all
floating.
got both sides.
We have, yeah, we all have it. Do Venus and Scorpio get along well together? I do have that up here. So, let me get to the Venus. Let me get to the Venus. Sun is Capricorn. Sun in, what is she? Sun? My brain is like dumb. Sun in Scorpio gets along. Where's my scopes? Sun in Aquarius. Will it be? I think it'll be before that.
Which one are you looking at?
I'm looking for Sun in Scorpio. Here we go. Scorpio. Sexual synergy with a Capricorn. So she will be good with him. I think some people might, let's see. Sexually, you're very well matched. Even so, Scorpio feels things deeply. Capricorn is cool and unemotional. Both are ambitious and each like being in charge. So your powerful personalities may clash. However, this union works because you two understand each other better than most. So yeah, you work together well. And in bed, Sagittarians. Oh, why does it say that? That's so weird. Oh, it's Sun in Sagittarius. It's just telling us about Sagittarius being in bed. But they're charming, lovers, affectionate, straightforward, and sincere.
Straightforward and sincere.
Yeah. Hey, I really love you, and I think you kind of fucked up in the head sometimes, but I mean it from my heart. Gemini. I know I have a lot of Gemini people. Taurus. I have Taurus people. Oh, I'm a Taurus. I think I get a lot of the Capricorns because my Capricorn leads my show. I got Capricorn rising, Capricorn moon, Capricorn in other places, and then I've got Taurus rise, Taurus sun, and then everything else is like Capricorn. I'm like just kind of there. But I know there's a lot of Geminis that watch stuff, so or people who have Geminis. So this tells me. So what I will do is I will do a reading with this book, guys. If you want me to do that, like I will do like
Yeah, people
I'll
seem to
tell
be
you
into
the thing.
this.
Huh?
People seem to be into it. I said
Accurate?
people seem to be into it for sure.
Yeah,
Like
I'm
everyone's
gonna do
asking.
that. Like I'll ask specifically what's your Mars, what's your Scorpio, what's your person, and if you don't know that, I'll show you in the thing to book how to get it. You know, like the pictures that go across the top. You'd be like, I want to get that. So that way it'll be easier and I can have like an exchange on it and I won't be like missing people and all of that. Plus there's a thing back here that tells us how to find our stuff. But I keep getting pushed to do sex stuff. And then earlier today, when I did the sex stuff, the Fae were like, yes, they turned the camera on and everything. Yeah, they were like, do sex.
Spicy.
I don't know why. They like it. They're pretty.
We're at 7-7 again, or at least on
Okay.
my screen.
There's my
6-8 and just saw
combination.
6806 and 6808.
You are so worthy of love. Please don't leave me. I watch over you. I will always come back. Yeah, I'm gonna do some sex stuff. I was gonna do a course too behind closed paywall for people about this type of stuff because I know some secrets. I know. I've had people be like, "What book did you read?" I'm like, "I'm not telling you. You're not gonna tell other bitches how to
You
do
are
that."
sacred.
See, only I know, and only I will know. And I'm not even gonna. It's gonna be like an under the club. Like if you want to be part of that club, you're gonna have to like get under the secret like email message that comes out about it. Because
The code
I'm gonna make
words.
sure that motherfucker never knows.
Imune Namaste freaks. That's your passcode.
I said that. I was like, at the end of the reading I did earlier with the Fae all over me, I was like, da 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 da. Like da da da. That's all, folks. I
Oh
was like,
yeah.
Imune Namaste
Porky the
freaks.
pig.
Because it's like the number one thing I've ever done is the sex stuff.
Well, and
Whatever.
like, like You don't give a fuck, you'll talk all about it, so not everyone's like that, so
The people who should talk about it should talk about it, you know?
yeah.
Read about it, talk about it, figure it out. There's some old people doing this one. It was they were like so much older, like looking than I expected them to be, like the people who
Oh,
wrote the
yeah,
book.
I remember you showing that.
I was like, look who wrote this. They're like 90. No, they're not that old, but it just surprised me to see like grandma, you know, like like most of the people that age are very like, yeah, here we go. Grandma and grandpa wrote this book all about supernatural sex. I was like,
They're speaking from long experience.
would you expect them to be, you know what I mean? These are not them. I don't believe. Maybe it kept
Maybe
them
it's
young. I don't
an
know.
old shoot.
I know. That was us in the 20s.
The wedding
Back in the
night.
day. I'm sorry. I'm rude. I'm just kidding. It's just funny. It's funny. I just speak my truth. And I think we all know that about, like, even if you are that age, you know people your age are probably not going to be, like, writing this book. Like, most of the people out there are like, no, we're going to
They're probably
except
gonna live a whole lot longer than those people, though.
I know, that's the thing. That's what keeps people young. Like, they've demonized everything that's, like, not supposed to be. Like, you're not supposed to feel badly about being a sexual being. You're not supposed to be badly about having love and lust and all of that. You don't want to let lust rule your life to the point where you have no love involved in your connections. But you want to, you got something you want to do?
Oh,
You
no,
want
I
to
just
spank
picked up
me?
my my
I'm like, you want
wand.
to spank me? I'm like, wait, you got something you want
That's
to
your
do?
first thought. No, it was on the ground, and I just picked it up, and I was like, "Whoosh."
Like, you want to spank me?
Um,
I'm a little, I was going to light it incense. I'm not going to spank anybody. But yeah, basically, usually I do rituals tonight. Usually I do magic tonight, but we're not doing that tonight because of the lunar eclipse. It has to freaking eclipse over things. It shadows things, so we're
yeah.
waiting.
I heard once the moon moves into Sagittarius on Saturday, it's, like, chill. I think
What
it's
time
around,
was
like,
it? 7:14 or something?
I thought it was at, like, 4
It's
something.
probably like 4:17. I don't know where I have it. You keep freezing at different points. Like,
It's at 4:00. It's my, reading face. It's at 4:04, so 4:04.
okay. Oh, 4:04 for the
Yeah,
foundation. So
Eastern
Sunday
time,
night or
anyway.
Monday, I think, what is today? Friday? Saturday, Sunday. So for
Friday.
48 hours. So Sunday night at like 9 p.m., I'm gonna do the intentions that come in through my website. Like, I'm gonna set the fire and all of that with the candle magic, but I'm gonna take them in for the next 2 days. So if you see this and you want to send an intention in, I have like one that came in, I believe, from somebody earlier. There could be more. There's a link in the description box. You can go tell me whatever your intention is you want to manifest, and I will do the magic for you by Sunday night. And I'll probably publish it on like a short, like a condensed version of it on the channel and on my Instagram. And Abby, I had Abby come on because Abby's doing new moon stuff and she's got a new offer. She's doing like what were you doing? Something to do with like you did it live today at 6, but you're gonna be doing that weekly?
Yeah, so for, like, each phase of the moon, so I'll go live on new moon, first quarter moon, full moon, and last quarter moon, or at least, like, the day before or after, like, if it's not spot on.
Depends on when she
And
gets her
just tap
period.
in. Yeah, do weekly. Well, freaky deaky full moon.
We both
Um,
got our moon this time. We both got our moon. We both got our thing this time at the full moon. And we both
mhm.
never do.
Yep.
It's weird.
Yeah, it waited, like, literally, like, 10 extra fucking days for me to, start today, and I was like, fun."
And I had mine, was it yesterday? Yeah, it was no, it
Yeah.
was the night before. I got the night before. And I was like, I usually always get it after the moon. What is going on? It seems like the moon jumped at some point or whatever, but
Yeah. Yeah, like, it feels, like, timeline jumpy, but part of me is also like, I guess that's, like, I am aligned with the energies then, like, my body's like, "Ooh, something's happening. We gotta start fresh.
when did you do
We're at our reset."
did you do
What?
the womb right?
Yes. Yeah.
Was that 13 months? Because it's a 13-month cycle that you go through.
'Cause I think we did it, what, in, like, February?
Yeah, so it is basically just about
March,
13
April,
months.
May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December, March. Yeah, just a few months after. Well, that's interesting though, because there was a few months ago where my like the last few months, like my cycle's been a little different, and there was like 1 month where I was like, this feels like there's something going on, but that would make sense for that to be right at the 13th, because yeah, it was in March.
And
Because it was when I went to Texas and I was on the train and I woke up and I was like, "What the fuck?"
well, like, you do your own thing. So, like, when you do the womb right with me, I tell people about it, and I'm like, every month when you get your menses, you can collect your blood and go outside and do a ceremony or whatever. You don't have to do that. You go outside all the time and spend your time
Mhm.
in nature at different points. You're doing that work without. Some people never go outside, man. Some people never go out there at all. Like,
Yeah.
they never do anything out there. So the fact that you do that, you did your 13-month ritual, um, and that's probably resetting you to be aligned with the energies and to
Well,
clear.
that's kinda how I first started. Because again, when I started learning about the moon cycles, I learned about the connections between menstrual cycles and hormone cycles and for people that bleed, and, saying that the new moon was more associated with, like, that phase, um, the menstruation phase, the start of your cycle, like, the first day is when you bleed, like, bright red blood. And, so after that, that's when I read about it in a book, and so that's when I was like, "Okay, I'm gonna have a new moon period." And it took a couple months, but, like, each time I went and put it, like, out in my garden, and I would meditate under the moon, and it only took me a few months, and I got aligned with, like, the new moon.
So you
And
so
that was,
you know
like, yeah, and that was before the womb rite, so when we did all that in the womb rite, I was like, "Ooh."
now it's like another way. Um, there's a lot to it, and like the turtle shells. Okay, so there's 28 shells, or there's 28 things on the turtle shell, right? And then they have 13 around it. So the turtle literally walks around with the lunar cycle on its back.
There's
It
a
has
book Yeah, there's a book called 13 Moons by Asha Frost, that I wanted to get that has, like that's, like, the image on the cover with, like, the
yeah,
turtle, I
there's
think.
when I did I made the poem, the goddess of the womb. I made a video for it and all of that. That was at the time that I was like coming into all of that stuff. And there was a woman in my community that did womb healing specifically. So all she was doing, and it's the time that I made the infinity symbol on
Damn,
somebody.
7s or we gotta, like, hit I just saw 7711, 711, but I was like, it was at 7707 and then 77
Now
likes
it's
and viewers right now.
1717. It was 1717. And the seven. Let me see. Freaky deaky healthy versions of sex is healing. Yes. LOL, no comment. Get it? Get it? GMS. What is GMS?
I don't know.
Get it going, Mama Sita.
My stuff.
Mama Sita.
Get my stuff.
Get it going, Mama Sita.
It
My brain is so weird. Um,
was probably, like, a typo.
I know. I'm like, get it going, Gummy Gooby.
I'm usually pretty good with,
They're
is
all
it
that Bridget.
acronyms?
I know, Brent. But would you expect them to be the writer of their book? I know old people still do it, and I know they're not dead. It was just funny because, like, I'm expecting the people to match these bodies, not like, do you have that body? At
Maybe,
90,
who
80,
knows?
70? They could. I feel like the faces do get the worst of everything. By the time we're old, we're like, it doesn't matter. Your body can still be like perfect. Your face is just like, I've been up here too long, like, dealing with all the shit. It's all discolored. It's like, because we could protect our bodies under clothes. So we should have like a veil. We should be protecting ourselves.
Yeah, that's why I'm wearing
Yeah.
black today and I've been wearing my smoky quartz ring, like, all week because, like, I don't know, all week I kept like, ever since that I told you about last Sunday where it was, like, the night of something where I don't know.
Oh yeah, the evil night
Yeah, and
where
you
the
said you woke
evil
up
is
at, like,
let
3
loose.
AM. After, like, that day, it was like, "You're wearing your smoky ring quartz, like, nonstop." I was like, "Okay."
I put my labradorite on today, and I put this one on the other day. It's like a little diamond, but it's marcasite, and marcasite is like my favorite type of silver. And then I have this thing that's like marcasite, and then this is the citrine. He said that's why the natives call it Great Mother Turtle Island. Yeah, there's a lot of like turtle symbology. All of the animals, like I said earlier, the owl had that thing, the turtle has that thing. Everything here is made out of frequency and sound, and it's like they're just a physical representation of it. I bet you could make a musical pattern out of the turtle or out of the owl, like the measurements of their face, the sacred geometry. We should
Um,
do that. We should make like
yeah,
some.
have you there's something called, I think it's called Plant Wave. I don't know, it's this little device that someone created, and you just attach it to, like, plant leaves, like, it's got little clippy electrode things, and then it plays music based on their electric frequencies emitted from the plant, and it's really cool. It's,
There's a
like,
thing like that for.
$300 or something like that, otherwise I probably would've bought it by now.
I think we can do it though. Like I started thinking like that for everything, like every
Yeah.
essential oil, everything. Like they have a whole book of every frequency, but they're number codes, just like those number codes that I showed you before. Was like this is so you stop sleeping, or this is so you start dreaming.
Mhm.
Um, and Brent said I've got the same size clothes I had in high school, 32 waist. No bear got here. See, you probably maybe did you read the book, Brent?
Who's
Imagine,
getting the sequel?
imagine if Brent's like the book about this book.
Oh.
Jeffrey. It was Jeffrey. Is that your sex name? Is that your sex name, Brent? Somraj is Somraj your girlfriend? Somraj, Somraj and Jeffrey. He's got a PhD, so he knows what he's talking about. He's got a PhD in freak show. Like,
PhD in dick.
yeah. Um, it is a lot of I'm like, it is a lot of exercise. It's a lot. It
Getting
is. But your
graphic.
body will stay much more. Like I saw something the other day where I was doing like upside down things with no hands and shit, and I was like, oh man. And then I saw another thing, and it was like, are you this or this? Most people are only one, and I was like, I'm fucking neither anymore. Like I couldn't even just do like the basic like take my foot into my hand here and like I was like, oh, just don't stretch. I'm like, oh fuck. So I'm gonna start doing yoga again because I was really good at like I did crow, I did some other like upside down weird thing. Like I don't even know what
Yeah.
is but inversion is good for your like face. When you invert your body upside down, you reverse the stuff. So you
Hmm.
like reverse your age. You are it takes all core. I'm the strongest in my core. So anything to do with like raising your legs up in the air.
Yeah, I've been
I'm
really
good at
working on,
that.
like, my hips, like, the small muscles in my hips to help with, like, strengthening and, like, keep my pain away.
Yeah.
I had to stretch my hips a lot, like, twice a day because they will tighten up if otherwise. Um, but yeah, usually I feel like most of my muscles in my legs, though.
You should do some squats and stuff like and then like the type of squat you do depends on what type of butt there's the upper butt, the lower butt, the side butt, the inner butt, the
There's
outer butt, all the butts. So he's all embarrassed talking about butt.
No, I was laughing because I was like, there's one that someone recently had me do, and it's called gorilla walk, and so you literally, like, you get in a squat, like, you can't really see it because my phone's not rolling, but I'm, like, in a
She's
squat,
under investigation.
and then you put you get on your knuckles, and then you just,
Oh
like,
god.
hop.
You know exactly what you mean. I can imagine. Like, okay.
But I guess I had to demonstrate because no one knows what a gorilla walking looks like.
There's a few ways they walk. They do the sad
Yeah.
thing and then they
But
do
it's like
like
a
the
hop, and you, like, do it in a circle, kinda, like, you go 2 and then rotate and 2 yeah. But yeah, after I did that, even just for, like, a couple minutes, I was like, "Oh my goodness."
potato house diploma. Ha 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 ha. What's a potato house? Oh,
Oh,
potato.
PhD.
I have a weak upper body, but yeah, me too. I think all women are like weak up top, like our arms. It's like I can't hold myself up. Just like,
I When I did weightlifting, like, a few years ago, I was so proud of myself, like, I got up to, like, 100 pounds chest press, it was, like, 185-pound squat, 145 deadlifts, and I could do pull-ups. I don't think I could do that now, obviously, but that was when I was, like, weightlifting, like, every single fucking day for months.
Oh wow. So the yoga helped you fix your spinal cord? That's awesome. See, there's a person I knew that had lupus. She was the one that taught me in the beginning. And it was when I was first at that center, the first center I ever worked at, she started doing yoga there in the mornings at 9 a.m. But like for a while it was just me and her because not a lot of people were showing up to it. So like I got like one-on-one training with this woman for like months, and it was like everything she knew about yoga was like blah, 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 blah. So like I was going home every
Heck
day doing
yeah.
weird shit.
You were probably so limber and like ripped.
Yeah, like I did good for a while. Like back when I was like 19, I that was the most in shape I ever was because I was like 165 pounds, but I was all muscle. It was like people call me J-Lo booty because it was like size 16 muscle in the butt, in the legs. And I was
You
kickboxing.
yeah, and so
Yeah.
you did kickboxing, right?
Yeah, and I went like real kickboxing. It wasn't a real big style. It wasn't like just like we play around in the thing. I went to a ring and like fought and sparred and like did shit. And it was like yeah, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, like I was,
See, I feel like
just like
that would be
going
so much
crazy.
fun.
It was the
That
best thing
sounds so
ever.
much fun.
He would only charge me $10 to do it too. And then when he came and found me at my restaurant job like years later, he's like, you could come for free, like just come back. It's like, he was a nice guy. He was a genuinely nice guy. He never tried anything on me or anything like that. Just gave me good deals and stuff
We
like
probably
that.
saw how, like, helpful it was for you too, and that
Well,
you,
he
like,
like
just
I
loved
started
it.
it off because I was in that toxic relationship where I was getting my ass beat all the time, and I was like 150 pounds when I started. I gained 15 pounds and all of that wisdom of, and I beat the shit out of him. He was like, he never hit me again until years later when I dropped all my weight and went down to 90 pounds. That's the next time he tried to attack me was when I had nothing on me to fight with. And that's when he got arrested for trying to kill me. But before that, I kicked his fucking ass. And he was like, he crawled out of the bedroom and didn't come back for like a day.
Good.
Finally, because I never fought back before. I just took it. My
Yeah.
upper body was on the floor and he was like leaning over me. My upper body's on the floor. My lower body was on a mattress on the floor. And so I sat up with him from that position and threw him
Damn.
through the closet.
You, like, full on, like, hulked his ass.
He was a tiny guy. He was like 130 pounds. Um, so it wasn't much, but like I didn't have that strength in me prior to that. And this
Yeah.
is before the J-Lo movie ever came out, where she went through that Enough movie. That movie
Oh,
came out after, and I was like, oh my god, I did that. It was like, yeah,
yeah,
enough.
that's pretty big.
It was good feeling. It was a good feeling
Good.
because he
Yeah.
never hit me after that. I that's I know. I gained 15 pounds, and then he was like way lower because I like when I was 150, I was like chunky, but then I turned that all into muscle because that's what it does. And then he messed around and found out.
He fucked around and found out.
He's still I think I haven't seen him, but like I was at court, I didn't know who he was, but he was never tough. He was never strong. He was never like a big guy. You know what I mean? He was just a dick. So he would use that to his advantage over a young girl that was like, I'm scared of you. Because I met him when I was like 14. So I didn't have any bitch in me yet, like strong bitch in me yet. That just came out.
Didn't have enough life experience built up.
No. Or any like belief in myself or confidence in myself, especially because that's part of an abusive relationship. It's not just them hitting you, it's the things they say to you, it's the things they make you
Yeah.
feel.
The gaslighting, the stripping the down of your support systems and
Yeah, come live
everything.
here where you live to die.
Yep.
I-
I saw Monica popped into the comments. Hi, Monica.
Hi, Monica. Where is she?
I was like up
Monica.
there
Oh,
before.
hello. How are you? I have a week of her birthday. I used to do, okay, we saw that. I used to weightlift as a kid, and I told my twin that I'd love to go to the fitness. Yeah, do it, man. I should start. See, let's do it. You want me to do yoga classes online? I'll just do some like, believe me, you'll be happy
I was
because I'm
like,
gonna
you
start off.
guys can join my weird dance stretch sessions where I just put on music and I like half dance, half stretch. That's my workout.
Want to do some erotic yoga? I have that book. I don't know what they do in it, but I have it. Like we all just fucking start getting naked.
Ecstatic dancing.
They don't do anything about that. Like
Maybe
I
mark
made
those
that thing the
18
other
plus.
day. Did you see the video I did the other day naked with the sensor
Oh,
thing?
yeah, yeah, yeah.
They don't take that down, but they take it down if I'm like about anything to do. There was a thing that just went by of truth. Any truth that I say is like, no, that's not okay. We're gonna take
Yeah.
that. But you could be naked.
But you can be naked. 'Cause
Yeah.
that's fine.
Now I get why the hippies were like, freedom!
It, like, averted people to look away.
I told my dad, I'm like, now I get it. I get why the hippies were flashing everybody because they were just showing that, like, this world's
It's
so
just
messed up.
yeah. It's just some
No,
flesh and our meat suits.
no, he wasn't a true man. Yes, my adrenaline kicked in, and I had been trained at that point to use that, like, dig, 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 dig. He used to say that to me, dig, dig, dig. I'm like, you start on one side of the room, go to the other side of the room, and you'd be so tired. But even breathing, that's why people make that sound when they're
Breathing again.
yeah. You gotta make that sound so you keep
Oh, like the
breathing.
hard exhales. Yeah,
'Cause before I'd be
that's
like,
like fire breath too. Isn't that what that's called? Like when you have the quicker inhales than exhales or something, or longer inhales than exhales or something like that.
yeah. And the fire breath is very good for your core.
Yeah.
It would like get you all heated up and crazy.
I'll be right back. I had to go to the bathroom real fast.
Okay. LOL, be free. Yeah. 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 Like, that's some weight. Okay. Awesome. I'm so glad. Yes, me too. Your mom used to have her own weight bench. Oh, cool. MMA is cool. Me and my twin love. I love it. I love watching it still. Like I get all like up into it when it's like when I'm watching people fight and I'm like, what is he doing? Get up! I get so into it. I used to weightlift as a kid and I told my twin, you saw that. So how's everybody doing? You wear mostly black daily. That's where the native. Okay, we saw that. Your ex co-worker never went outside. They are attached to their cubicles. Side rail zodiac is a 13. Yes. Yeah, there's so many ways of doing it too. Like there's one app for natal charts that's like so many settings. It's like, do you want this or oh, it's like everything up there. Every planet, every star, every asteroid, every little rock, every little creature, every little thing is like, want to include that into your thing? So by the time you get it, it's like it's just like a madness. All right. I think we've caught up with those. You gotta watch DBZ. It's all about lightning fighting. Yeah, I'm doing good. Just coloring a fake coloring book. Oh, see, I want to do like I have these coloring things. I got them for someone, and they're puzzles, right? It's a blank puzzle, and then you can draw on them, like and fill them in or do whatever. I was gonna do scenes on them and give them to a person, but now I just have a bunch of blank ones that I'm not doing that with. So I was thinking of doing like a design on them and sending them to people to color them in, like for like a heart activation or like a star thingy or a fade thingy, but they're just blank, whatever, puzzles. So then once it's all done, you can take it apart, put the puzzle back together, or gift it to someone or frame it or whatever. I was originally going to do like different scenes from my life thing with a person that I knew, like, oh, like this is this day, this is that day, this is this day, and like give them to them. But I still have all of those empty things now that I'm not using. So we could reimagine them. I have paint pens, I have paint, I have so many things that I want to start using. You'd
It'd be
love
cool to
that?
do like star scenes or like starry skies or galaxies and shit.
Yeah.
Because like a starseed channeling thing.
And you know how I do make playing cards for making my decks? They have
Mhm.
that for puzzles. They have that
Oh.
for something else. So people can put those. So like if I did it with those ones that I've gotten it took off and more people wanted it, I could put it on and through them and get like the orders that way. But there's so many places out there that will do that too now. Like you don't have to go through them per se. But just look around for the prices and that type of thing. And then you could put it on Etsy, or you could put it on your Instagram, or go live and tell people about it, put it on your own website, whatever. But I've been feeling very much pulled to the creative, like do creative shit. You know, the
Yeah.
fave stuff, the sex stuff. Let's draw
Yeah,
some sex.
I feel like a painting. I'll probably be doing a painting here soon. I don't do them very often, but I feel one coming.
Oh, I gotta, if you need paint, I have an easel downstairs. I have two easels downstairs, the tall one and the short one. And I know I have a ton of extra paint that I can send to you, because I have even new paints that I can open up. So um I can send you one of those paints.
Okay.
I offered it to you before, but I forgot about it. So you gotta remind me, because if I don't
I think
see
I
it,
forgot about it too. I was like, I don't remember that, but that doesn't mean that you didn't say it.
it was back like when I showed you my spiral paint thing that I was gonna do in the kitchen that I started, and you were doing paint with your mom, and your mom was getting paint at that time, but you were like waiting for it. So I was like, oh, I have extra paint. But like, I know anybody who paints could always use extra paint. So
Yeah. Yeah. It's goes quickly.
yeah, I not for me, because I'm a fucking hoarder, and I'm like, I'm gonna keep all of these things forever. So psycho, but whatever. You know, I gotta stop saying that. I gotta stop me when I say psycho. I don't want to be that. I don't want to be labeled that. I'm really not.
We're
I didn't realize
visionaries.
it. Huh?
Visionaries.
Yeah. See, the most like brightest minds, man, the craziest like geniuses. Everybody thought they were crazy when they were alive, and then afterwards they're like, "Oh my god, they were right."
Well, like I said earlier, like those veils, they're gonna be dropping and people are gonna be seeing shit and they're like, oh,
The
that's what they've
solar
been
flash is
talking
coming.
about.
The great awakening is what it is. It's going to, we're going to get closer to that sun, closer to that sun, close. I think 2027, February 2027, 227. Okay. Maybe the 27th or maybe the 7th. I don't know. But February 2027, we're going to have the grand awakening, the big black. It's going to be all balls to the wall. You're going to see everything. And it's the ascension of the humans or the planet. We've been here, we've done this before. We've ascended other places, but like think of like Pleiades, they're ascended masters, or like the Arcturians, they're ascended, blah blah blah. They went through the flash, they went through the fucking sun, they went through the thing. We've been getting closer to it for a while. That guy that I showed you that was like, oh blah 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 about the planets being like Saturn
Yeah.
and Satan and freaking Queen Elizabeth and Lilith and Venus and all of that. He keeps showing us like on the maps that we have up there that show us where we are. We have been getting closer. Have you ever heard of a solar flare in the first half of your life? Do you ever hear the word
No,
solar
like
flare?
not until like the last couple years. And it's never even mentioned except for people that like Starseed channel shit. And they're like, this one was huge. We almost like matched like the magnetic resonance went to zero shit. Like,
It's because we
uh,
have the technology to see it, and
mm-hmm.
there's this stuff that it's out there. We've already all right. The center of the Earth, the core of the Earth, the magnetic fucking thing. It stopped. It stopped, and it started spinning in the other direction. We've had the pole shift. This is
Yeah.
shit I learned
Well, and
about
that's
like
like what the degree of the tilt of the earth too, and like that's what controls like the seasons and like and yeah, so and it pendulums, like eventually it goes back to the other side. And there's like using ice core data and stuff like this, like that's all like human history. They go back so many years and water erosion and like because I took a lot of classes in that, like human evolution and stuff, and like the dates and things like that. Like they're so like in what's accepted in mainstream is so much different than like the stuff that they've been releasing the last few years.
think about Iceland and Greenland. Come on. Greenland is fucking covered in ice. Iceland is green. Come on. Like no.
Yeah, I something like earlier I was doing like a scrying, um, and I just kept hearing like the words like suspended in time, like something that was like kind of stuck, like will no longer be stuck. Like, and it looked like things like like in floating in like ice or something like that. And I was like, what are they gonna be finding in the ice here soon?
There's so much. They
Yeah.
keep hiding stuff too. Like the Smithsonian runs in and takes it all and like puts it in a freaking capsule underneath the world and nobody knows about it. they had guys go into the Great Canyon, okay? The Great Canyon thing, that big hole. There was Egyptian stuff in there. There was giants in there. And they just hush hush, put it under. There's newspapers from that time. Because back then, people actually reported the news. Like they got the
Mhm.
hard hitting story. They looked and they could. It wasn't a script coming down to them from Blackstone. You know, it was like, oh yeah, blah 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 blah.
Yeah, there was, like, some early newspaper, I think from, like, the '20s where someone, like, had gotten into some of the tunnels in the pyramids,
Yes.
and,
Why can't we go in there? I said
and
it to my dad
then it,
earlier.
like, completely just disappeared. Like,
Yeah.
they're like, "Nope, that doesn't exist. There's nothing
Under
there."
the paw. Under the paw. There's some stuff. There's so much
I've seen
stuff
that
over
on a lot
there.
of the stuff in Gaia too.
Yeah.
Um,
You don't have space for it. I have an easel that's like it's a wooden one and it like folds out its legs and it folds out of like all its stuff and it has like a it's just like boop. So it folds down to like be like you know how like my little portable altar is, it folds down to like that size. And then I have another one that is a short one that just like comes up. It has the drawer for the paints and it's a lap one. It's for your lap. So I got that at Michael's for like $30. Um you can get an easel that's like not huge or going to take up your whole space because the legs on the other one, the tall one, those all fold into it and everything too. So it's like you just set it up, use it, put it away. I love astronomy. I grew up in Texas with Mission Control. Those shuttles look awesome in person. That's awesome. I read it decades ago in an Arthur C. Clarke novel. It's real, all right, but the novel had it long time from now. I feel like we're speeding up. I feel like things are speeding up. Like we stepped into some like when CERN happened and they started that like particle accelerator thing. That's when we started seeing all of that. Like, huh, was Bernstein Bears always spelled like this? Like all that weird shit.
yeah.
The Mandela effect. The Mandela effect is crazy. Like I remember that Monopoly dude having a monocle. I know he did. I know he did. And then
He
what?
doesn't now?
No, he doesn't now. Okay. And then Pikachu's tail was black. The tip of Pikachu's
Yeah.
tail was black. No, it's not. No, it's
What?
not. Nope, never been. What do you think about that? Okay. Then there's
Pikachu.
also like the Bernstein Bears ones. I had those books. I had those books. I had those books.
Mhm.
They're wrong. And there's like so many things like that. Like Luke, I am your father. That's not what he said. That's not what he said. Nope, that's not what he said. No, something else, totally out. Like whatever. I don't even know. And then there was like R2D2 and the other guy, the all gold guy. He had a silver leg.
C3PO.
Yeah, he had a silver leg. He had a silver leg all this time because I never saw a silver leg. And then, um, I'm
I
king
hadn't
of the
looked into
world.
this many. This is amazing.
There's so many of them, man. I'm the king of the world on the front of the fucking Titanic. He didn't say
Mm,
that. No, okay, sure. Whatever. Like so many things that I know I was there for. I saw them.
wow.
You cannot tell me they didn't exist. Like I still say okay, Michael Jackson. Michael Jackson's song, there's one of his lyrics where he's like, you've been hit by, you've been struck by a smooth criminal. That's not what it is. It's you've been hit by. No. What do you think?
I mean,
What do
it sounded right the first time you said that.
exactly. Exactly. I'm like, well,
So
I
why would you
never
say it
said
twice?
no, no, no. It was you've been hit by, you've been struck by.
Yeah, because I used to, my one of my older sisters like she would listen to it all the time, but the Alien Ant Farm version of it. It was like the rock, like more of a rock. So I just remember listening to that as a kid because they would play it. Uh,
Yes, and they're all redheaded. All the giants are redheads. They're all redheads. They were that RH people, man. The redheads that come from the biggest population is the Basque population. Okay, so the Basque population, they have the biggest majority of them. It's the Nephilim, dude. It's the fucking giants. They came
yeah,
into
it's
the
like in a
universe.
weird like little like geography or topography wise too. It's like in a little dip, like the area of that they're in.
It's just weird, and like I don't talk about it a lot because a lot of people get bent out of shape about it. Like they think that that's a big significant. It's not a big significant thing. You could be a star seed. You could be anything with any blood type. It was one of my pieces of my story that I needed to be like, wow, because I have a very logical, prove it to me brain that like I couldn't just accept shit. I was like, I must be mentally ill to think I'm a star seed. Like I really went down that route. Seeing the RH negative stuff that the only reason I know about is because I have it was because like they were like, oh, your body will attack the fetus. I was like, what? That's not normal. That's not normal human shit.
Yeah, it's like it's because like with the regular blood groups, we're born with antibodies, and then the plus and minus, like those aren't natural born antibodies. Like your body, like they're not. They're similar to like virus and bacteria antibodies, where you don't get them until it is introduced into your system, and then your body makes it for the next time. So that's why they had to give you the shot. So if it
Yeah,
happened
so I don't
again,
kill a baby next time.
yeah.
That's messed up shit, man. That's not normal human fucking development of like two humans having human sex and making human babies.
Well, in the one area, oh, my battery's gonna die soon. With the Basque, yeah, the Basque population. So something that was similar with that though, where so this is a recessive trait. And so you can have one parent that is dominant and passes it to you, and then recessive passed as well, but the dominant trait takes care of it. Like you won't, like it doesn't, so you can pass it through. So it was like showing that it was naturally selected for over time to have like the heterozygote, to where something to do with uh,
Like
it was something to do with
evolution.
like blood clotting or something.
I
In
would have
like the area that it was beneficial, like with some sort of like disease pool or something, with like where it was in the location and like the altitude or something. I had to look at my notes because I remember taking notes when we were going to talk
tell
about
me
it.
about it
But
because my feet and my fucking ankles and my legs and everything get so messed up because of
yeah,
like
let
blood
me grab
flow.
my notebook.
Um, so yeah, basically the Basque country has the biggest collection of them. The only reason I ever found about it was because I was pregnant. Then they were like, if you're gonna be pregnant again by a positive man and like they didn't even tell me all that. They were just like, this is so your body doesn't kill a baby. I was like, what? So
Yeah, because I remember, because we were talking about it one time for a podcast thing. And so
yeah,
I like did some research, and I remember reading it and like the stuff, and I was like, this has never been explained to me in this way. Like,
it's never been
um,
explained to any of us. Why is
yeah,
that in
the
sex
guy,
ed?
Dr. John Campbell, I found a YouTube video, and the way he explained it, it's called the rhesus factor. Um,
Did I show you the thing about the rhesus monkeys? There's a whole island of rhesus monkeys right now that they brought here.
what?
There's a whole island of rhesus monkeys. It's one of the places of top places you can't visit. It's an island of rhesus monkeys. They brought them there during one of those breakouts of a fucking sexual disease or something. It was like obviously they were like, "Hey, let's do some stuff with them," because the majority of people, the 85% of the population, has the rhesus gene. I feel like they were doing something to work on like a vaccine or something from them. But they put them all there, and you're not allowed to visit there. They're just all living fucking wild and free on some island in like New York.
Oh,
New
I
York.
had it. Yeah, the thing. Yeah, the rhesus mask evolved from apes, common ancestor. Um, that
So
there was something I
I'm the reptile.
watched. Oh, this is talking about Anunnaki and stuff too. I forgot about all this shit. Um,
I'm an alien. Like, yeah. We're aliens. We have alien DNA.
there was
We're all
something in
real.
it where it was talking about
The
dream
Roos
possibility
see like
specific
the
to no
Roos's thing,
culture.
they only got the shot in the 70s. It's a shot. It's the Rogram shot that women get. Before the 70s, people would die, they would call them the blue babies or the blue bloods or whatever, because they came out dead. They were blue. And we have like people in history that had like the blood disease and all of that because I think it was because of all the fucking inbreeding of like we're keeping the bloodline pure. And like what was that disease? The blood disease that people get from it. It's
What are you
like the
talking about?
royal disease, the blood disease.
Oh, the hemophilia.
Yes. That's like something that they would
Yeah.
have a lot. And I think that was from like being weird and interbreeding with
Well,
each other.
yeah, I think here too it said, like my notes, it said the also reason why it was so high in the area is because of that contradiction, where if someone did have a RH plus baby, like they were dying, but the mothers were still living because they were RH negative, and they had when they had RH negative babies, but then either way, so it was like kind of the opposite problem in that scenario.
It's so weird,
Um,
dude.
but they said they most likely, like genetic testing, it thinks that it occurred from a deletion of a gene. And this is why some people think it is more likely to be manipulation because something about where it would be deleted or the sequence, like it didn't make sense for it to be like a naturally selected for thing.
This is how they show it, like the Rh negative antigen with
Yeah.
the Rh negative baby. Then they have the Rh negative positive. Oh no, they have the Rh positive with the, what does it say? The baby's blood cells enter the mother's womb. Invading Rh negative positive blood cells cause the production of Rh antibodies, and then the antibodies remain in the mother's bloodstream. I swear to God, every time I feel like women got sick from
Oh,
being pregnant.
here's what it is. It says the heterozygote Rh plus Rh negative carries more resistant to certain parasite toxoplasm, which usually threatens unborn children. So when
So,
that baby has both, it has a more likely chance of living than ones without the
so the
negative.
blood positive is better.
In that certain area, like they think that this could have been why it was selected for, is because when the babies would have both, like the positive and the negative, they would have a greater chance of surviving a common parasite that would kill like fetuses.
If they went to positive.
If they no, if they had both, like if the baby had positive and negative.
Okay, so how the hell do we come out the womb with one or the other?
So it's a so there's phenotype and genotype. So genotype is like the gene, like if it's like big G for dominant, little g for recessive. So you can have big G, little g, and big G show up as the same thing. So that's like brown hair can be big G, little g, or big G, I guess. Like that's an example. That's probably not true.
Those are the genes, right?
Yeah, but
But what
phenotype is
about
like
the
what it
blood?
looks like. So it's a phenotype. It's not a genotype. So you can have both and still. So you can have an Rh positive and an Rh negative, but you're dominantly going to be Rh positive phenotype because it kind of overrules the other one.
All right, so what I've been saying to people all this time is this truth. It doesn't matter what your blood type is, you could be both. Or you could be a star seed. You could be
Well,
like,
so here, so the rhesus factor, the Rh, is a separate factor. It's separate from ABO blood typing. It's a separate blood typing system.
okay,
So normal ABO, that's like
positive.
yeah, those antibodies, like that type blood type you have, you're born with those. So your blood cells recognize, that's why you have to have the same blood type to match the cell receptors, because they have, like, say a blood type recepts this, so the cells have to look like this to catch it.
Okay.
So it says uh so the plus and minus, that's an additional blood group. And we aren't born with any naturally occurring Rh antibodies. So if someone is exposed to Rh positive, if they're Rh negative, then they will be exposed to a new antigen. So your body treats it like a virus that it has to fight off.
And that's basically the fetus. That's the baby.
Mm-hmm.
That's fucked up, dude. Two
Yeah.
human beings should just be able to reproduce each other without all that fucking weird medical bullshit like lingo on top of it to make us go, oh, that's okay.
Yeah, it
You know
says
what I mean?
it causes fetal maternal hemorrhage.
Yes. It fucks you up. That's not normal. The only other time that happens is with, and it's so weird because the other day I saw this girl. She's like a blonde girl. She gets all excited about like, oh my god, fucking the pyramids. Oh my god, blah blah. And she makes videos where she talks about them. If somebody was talking about the monkey, not the monkey, the donkey and the mule thing, the horse, right?
Oh
Like
yeah, if
you
it's
can.
sterile, hybrid, whatever,
Well, it was the
the
only
different
other time
species.
in history or in nature where this happens, where it's like they make a crossbreeded thing.
Mm-hmm.
They take this and that to mule, and the
I can't I can't remember what that's called. There's a name for it. But yeah, it's like it results in, like, there's like three different categories where it's like they can't mate at all. Like like physically, like the parts don't line up, or they can mate, but they can't share DNA, or they can mate and then the offspring is not viable. Like it'll be created, but then it'll die.
They kicked us off.
Oh,
They kicked us off because of whatever. It's under preview. It's back under preview. So
it says live on my side.
it says preview on my side, and it's like you're just like your voice is way louder. I'm like, I don't know. Like,
Yeah, I noticed that it changed. Oh,
I don't know. I think that probably means we should
just end it.
Yeah. But
Yeah, that's fine. I was getting excited.
I know, me too. We're gonna do the podcast, and I'm gonna post those episodes on the other channel under the Rumble. You know what I mean? Because Rumble, you can make certain channels. You can have your podcast channel. You can have your crazy person channel. You can have your Starseed channel. You can have whatever.
Yeah, why did the audio get so weird?
Because it took us off of whatever. Something changed. It's like
I think we're still on there. Someone says the sound is off.
it says preview for me. I'm not live.
Hybridization. Yeah, that's what it's called. I don't know. I'm just seeing comments coming in.
I just screenshotted it, and I'll send you what it shows me on my. It says preview on top, so I don't think I'm specifically live, or if I am live, it's not hooked up right. It's like kicked me out.
Yeah, someone's like, YouTube doesn't like us talking about that. We weren't even talking about this. Is like science shit. Like I learned this in high school biology.
Because like the stuff you're saying, like you're reading it out of the book, where it does that thing to people, where it puts them into the lull and they don't understand. And I'm like, but the way that they're saying it basically is blah 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 blah, and I'm speaking the like, so they're like, we had this happen to us last time, remember? Yeah. So we're gonna do a podcast episode because over there it's different, and I'm gonna interview Abby, and we're gonna talk all about RH negative.
Yep, and I'll be able to go over my notes.
Yeah, and then you can tell people again if they can still can they even see us?
The comments are still coming in with the stuff we're talking about.
Yeah, it's over. It's over. The live chat's off. I don't know. Is it?
Because people are.
Is it
at least the comments.
Where the hell? All right. Oh, it's so delayed. That's why. Hold on.
And it says the sound is muffled.
I don't understand what happened. It was like you. It took it to preview on my side. Now it's all right. So it is still live, but it's like it says preview on top of my screen. But tell people where they can find you. Hopefully they'll hear you.
I'm Abby Stone, Seed of Stone, on YouTube and Instagram. I do tarot card readings. Hit me up if you want one.
And she's doing her new lives every week.
Oh yeah.
Specials, and if you go to her Instagram, you'll see her specials. You'll see the things that she's got coming up. Go subscribe, go follow, go like. We're going to be doing an interview together soon for a podcast episode about the RH negative and all that. Go to my Rumble. I'm going to be making more Rumbles there where I teach you guys how to use this stuff for business and how to use your spiritual gifts and all of that in different ways. And, follow. She's got a website. She's got her YouTube. She's Seed of Stone. And then I have my Jenny that I'm going to be working together with. And I have my Stefania that I'm going to be working together with. We're going to be building a big thing together to work on and help each other out. And I'm going to be extending that to other people and extending interviews to other people. So if you're a spiritual healer, you're a light worker, you want to talk to me on the podcast and interview, I'm going to do that with you guys. I'm going to have a form for you to submit on my website soon, and I have one-on-one things and all of that. And I already have my stuff up right now. There's another day left on the 25% off sale. Some of my decks are like $45 right now. If you've been waiting to get a deck, now is the time. And my candles and all that stuff is out there. Thank you very much for coming to join me. And the reason why I'm going to Rumble is because I won't get this type of thing on me. I won't get reprimanded for speaking about this awesome stuff.
Yes, thank you everyone.
Thank you. And I will talk. I don't know how to do this, but we'll see what happens. So thank you for coming in, Abby. And thank you, everybody. And I'm going to set your intentions off on Sunday night. So if you want to add your intentions, add them now. Through my website link in the description box. It's $5. You tell me what you want. I'm going to charge it up and get the magic going, and then I'm going to fire it up on Sunday night and bring that magic to life. Okay.
Yes, Brent, yes. Seed of stone.
Yes. Seed of stone. Seed like the seed. Stone like the rock. You know.
Yep.
Of
Abby, like the church.
Like the church. Like the church, Abby. She's the Abby of the church. The seed of the stone.
Abby stone churches. That's what you get.
She's the seed of the stone. She's the light of her daughter. She's the father's joy. She's everything. In her name, namaste.
Goodbye.
Bye.